We're here today in beautiful Woodland Park. We're here treating several of our historic ash trees, and we're starting with one of probably the oldest blue ash that I know of in town. This tree is quite possibly maybe 200 years old. We received a grant from the Kentucky Division of Forestry to help purchase and pay for treating for the emerald ash borer. And we decided that instead of doing that in-house using our staff, that it would be easier for us to hire a private contractor. And the private contractor's here today, and he's using a system called ArborJet, where you drill into the tree and you put a plug in the tree and you use an IV system. And the IV system actually injects an insecticide called Triage. So in the background here, we're actually watching the applicator apply the insecticides to the tree. And it may take several, maybe up to an hour for that to work into the tree. The reason we're doing this, first of all, is to try to preserve some of these historic trees in town. And we've identified about 30 trees around city parks and several medians in town. You know, of course, I get asked a lot by the public, you know, is the city treating every single ash tree for the emerald ash borer? And the answer is no. There's just too many, and we don't have enough funding to be able to do that. Thankfully, with this grant that we received from the Kentucky Division of Forestry, it's a $10,000 grant. We were able to identify about 30 of the most historic, we feel like, trees to treat. And people even asked, well, why not, treat a smaller tree, versus the older trees that may not be here much longer. But in thinking about that, the decision was, how do you replace a 200-year-old tree? You can't. We're never going to see that in our lifetime. Also, a tree that's already that mature is going to provide more environmental benefits to the community, the aesthetic benefits of the tree. They can't be replaced. And so we felt like the best use of the money would be to treat these historic trees. And again, we're in Woodland Park, and we've identified, I think, a total of 7 in this park alone. Other parks include Castlewood, the Bell House, several medians in town, Dixie Park, and Gratz Park. And so, just a handful of parks, mostly within our urban service area, where these old historic trees are located. If property owners have questions about the emerald ash borer or what they can do to try to treat an ash tree on their own property, we do have information available to the public. You can call us at 425-2558, or look us up on the internet at livegreenlexington.com. We recommend that individual property owners, if the tree is under 15 inches in diameter, the property owner themselves can actually treat it using what's called a soil drench method. And you can buy the insecticide from any of the local hardware stores. It's called Merit. And you just mix it in a pail of water or a watering can and drench the soil around the tree. And you do that once, maybe twice a year, and follow the labeled directions. But a tree that's over 15 inches in diameter, we strongly recommend that you hire a professional. You need to hire a commercial arborist. The ArborJet system is the most effective that's available. You're actually injecting the insecticide directly into the trunk of the tree, and you have to have a professional pesticide applicator to do that work for you. So again, we have a lot of information out there on our website at livegreenlexington.com, or you can call us at 425-2558 and we'll be glad to mail you or send you any information concerning the emerald ash borer.
The insect first entered the United States in the Great Lakes up around Michigan. That's where it was discovered. It wiped out millions of trees, and it's worked its way down to Kentucky faster than it should have by normal means. And they believe that firewood was transported, and that helped spread the insect, spread the infestation. Well, we're drilling tiny holes into the base of the tree where we will inject by an intravenous system the material, the chemical. This goes up through the vascular system of the tree. It will kill larvae of the emerald ash borer, which are the damaging life cycle of the insect, and protect it also from any future infestation in the next 2 to 3 years. It's specific, and of course it's contained within the tree. Theoretically it could harm some other insects, but it will not be in the water system or in the soil because it's contained within the tree. So it's safest way to do it. It should prevent the infestation by the emerald ash borer for 3 years, possibly longer, but 3 years is the most we can expect to safely estimate. And there are other methods being used around the city. They've released some predator insects that could hopefully help to control the onset of this insect.